G'day everyone, and welcome back to Cybuchowo through the years in Farming Simulator 25. Just finishing up another little mowing contract. There it is. Beautiful. Let's have a look. Quick autosave. Get our money, $485. So I just did that little contract to get us a little bit extra money, because I realise that our field doesn't actually need to be fertilised. What it needs is lime. So the money we spent on bags of fertiliser at the end of last episode was kind of pointless. We could have saved it, but it is what it is. We'll use it at some point. Now we just got to make the long trek back to our field. I might not even get the lime, if I'm honest, because I don't think we'll be able to buy enough to make a big enough impact. We might get enough just to do the alfalfa, but it's clover. It's not alfalfa. That's me. Again, I was so set on doing alfalfa hay that I forgot that clover was a thing. So yeah, we might not get enough lime to do the whole clover field, which would kind of defeat the purpose of doing it. We could just save $500, so I think we'll just go with that. We'll just keep the money. We'll make the trek back to the field. And then I think we will just jump into September. Now I know I said I was just going to keep clover and grass up until sometime next year. But I honestly feel like we should get a crop in, because that's going to make us money quicker, in a way. I think is what I'm trying to say it's going to do. So if we get a crop in, I'm thinking we might do canola, just because that's worth it. Our seeder will let us do it. We'll do half the field in canola. We'll keep the clover field where it is. Leave that as is. That can get us a bit of money every so many months, I believe. So I think that's going to be the plan going ahead as of right now. We will jump into September, plant canola or barley or whatever it is we can plant, and aim on getting that fertilized, sorted out, rolled maybe. Probably won't buy a roller. I said that last episode. I was considering it this time, but I still don't think it will make that much of a yield difference. So I think, yeah, I'll get back to our field. I'll see you guys there, and we will sleep until September. Alright, we are back at the field. Drop our little mower off. This is our fertilizer spreader that we got last episode. I did a little test run just to make sure everything worked, and it just wasn't making a difference. At least not on this. Not on the field that we've put the seeds in. It sort of worked on the grass, but I feel if we're going to cultivate that up anyway, it's kind of pointless to fertilize it. So we'll just leave it here. And let's get into September. We'll see if our clover grows at all. Wow. Nice. let's go. We'll start at 7:30. Not too late. Enough time to get a lot of work done during the day. Good morning, Starshine. Hey, the clover's already growing a little bit. That's cool. So yeah, expected yield is 105%. So maybe if we did the lime, it would work. Would make it a decent chunk. And we've got the same with the grass here. I don't think there's really going to be much for us to do this month either. The only thing I can think to get us a little bit more on board with stuff is if this is our tree, we can cut it down. Where is the sawmill? Because if it's forever away, that's going to be a nightmare. Wood. Oh, okay, there's one not far. So it's pretty good. I think we certainly won't get top profit for it because we're going to have to cut it to be very small. But it could be enough to get us a few more things that we need. We'll see if there's any contracts. There's a few. I'm not running across the map again. Now, see, if we get the axe, we could do this. And that's a very good way to make a little bit of money. Actually, what was the crop? We can get canola. We can get barley in. We can't do peas. We can do rye. We can do spelt. Okay, so let's just have a look. So we can do triticale. Goes up to 381 in January. Spelt is okay. That's not too bad. Rye's awful. Canola. Canola's not bad. Barley's pretty bad. Maybe we do spelt. Throw some spelt in there. I think we can do spelt. We can. I think that might be the way to go. But we can plant it again in March. So maybe we... Oh no, the months are the same. I thought the seasons were different then. But I'm pretty confident they're the same as they usually are. Yeah, I think we might do that. Put some spelt in. And let it grow. You know? See how it works. Here's our little cultivator. We'll make our way down. I will leave a little strip of grass. Just so that we don't mess up our fields. There we go. So we know that the grass there is sort of our break. I'll tidy it up towards the end. But this is it. This is going to be our first crop field. I didn't think I'd put it in this early. But it kind of makes sense. Because otherwise we'll have to wait an even longer time to do it. So we may as well get it in. And then we've got the time to weed it when we get a weeder. Make sure that it's going to give us a good yield. And then I think once we're done with this field here, I think we might cut that tree down. Money should be good, but I'm also considering not selling the whole thing. I might cut it down, sell a little bit. See if it can get us, a tractor that we can use to just pull our own little trailer, that'd be perfect. Doesn't have to be the most powerful, as long as it can pull a little trailer. But then it might even be worth holding off for a few months, because in January we'll be in 1966, and that might release some new vehicles into the store for us. So I'll get this cultivating done. I'll make a move on getting the field seeded, and then I'll grab the axe and we'll start cutting the tree down. So I will see you guys when we're closer to the end of seeding.
I'm a drop in the ocean, just a face in a crowd waiting to be seen. Big dreams set in motion, I wanna go where no one's ever been. I would climb the highest mountain, I would dive the deepest sea, just so I could make you feel what I feel. Aiming for the sky, yeah, I really thought we'd make it. Got my head in the clouds, but I can see the world from up here, from up here, from up here. The world from up here, from up here, from up here. Can see the world from up here. Go ahead, call me crazy. I always see the good in everyone. Blue-eyed and naive, wow. Way up here, I can see the sun. I would climb the highest mountain, I would dive the deepest sea, just so I could make you feel what I feel. Aiming for the sky, yeah, I really thought we'd make it. Got my head in the clouds, but I can see the world from up here. Yeah, I can see the world from up here. Yeah, I can see the world from up here, from up here, from up here. The world from up here, from up here, from up here. Can see the world from up here.
Alright, welcome back everyone. Now I got a bit wonky in the middle there because my dog jumped up on the couch where she knows she's not supposed to be, so she was giving me pretty hefty side eye. That's what made me go a bit crooked in the middle. I'd like to think we've got it mostly covered. If there's a few little patches, I'm not that fussed. We'll do a quick check on the map once we finish doing this. And then we'll look into getting the axe and starting to make a move on that tree. The quicker we can get some farming equipment, the better. But, for example, we don't really need a seeder. I think there's a pretty cheap one that I've got as a mod installed. But we'd need a tractor that can run it, and I don't think we're going to be any closer to a tractor with or without that tree. It'll give us a little bit of money, but I don't really think it's going to make a massive amount for us. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Get the spelt in there. Again. Got some seeds left. Now, let's see if I can find it. You'd think it would be with chainsaws. And it is. We can get a machete or an axe. Or an old chainsaw. I feel like we should get the axe. That just makes the most sense. Oh. There it is. Now let's watch this tree not actually be ours. Oh boy. Yep, I don't think it's mine. Where's my land? Oops. Oh well, it's here. I wonder if I just can't. Let me have a look. Okay. It's just not giving me a green. A green spot to cut. Maybe I can't cut it. That's a doozy. I wonder. I thought I just saw it flash green. Oh, there it is, up there. Where was it? Way high. So I can't cut it down here. But I can cut it. Oh, maybe it's too thick. I wonder if we buy the machete. We'll just try it. Oh, we've lost money either way. Ah, there it is. So we'll sell. Can I sell the axe? I can. We get 40 bucks back. So we lost $10. That's fine. Oh yeah. All right. There we go. Clean it all off. Beautiful. still going to be a bit of a doozy. I don't know if I'll get all of them. We can tidy up some of these branches. No. No, we're not doing that. There it is. Okay. No. We'll see if we can't. No, we want to do this. We want to clean it all off. There we go. So we can sell these branches. Clear all these little pieces off. This is tough. Well, that probably won't do it because it's in the ground. That one's tidied a little bit. So what we're going to have to do, clean that one off. Clean that one. What else we got? This one here. There we go. So they're nice and tidy. So, right, let's get these. Let's get this one cut. That's going to cut something else. Cut this one off here. Go with that. Can I pick that up? I can. Okay, so we're going to go get our trailer. Run it through the clover. Yeah, so our yield should be pretty good. It's not going to be the best, but it'll do the job. Now, I've been considering, especially with the cart and certain machines or certain tools, when I'm running across the map to do a contract, for example, I've been hesitant to use cruise control because I'm like, oh, it didn't have, that wasn't a thing. But it's literally me just running with the trailer. It's not like I'm using an actual engine and getting a benefit. So let me know down below if you think I should be allowed to do that. Use the cruise control of the cart, for example. Just to make my life a little bit easier when I'm running big distances across the map. Now we can pick all these up, so this is really good right now. I think we want them to be a little bit further forward. I'd rather them hanging at the front than at the back. And I don't know how many will fit on there, so we're just going to cut everything. Take all these little branches. See if we can't take what we can get on here in one trip. I don't think I'm going to be able to lift this. Yeah, that's a big one. So I think we'll just work on these right now. We might be able to get away with half of it if we cut half of that stump away. But so far, I'm pretty happy with how this is working. So let's chop this one off. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, that was pointless. I should have left it. That's all good. Get that on there. There's another branch under here, I think. Yeah. No? Oh, is it stuck? Kind of. See if we can get it from this way. There we go. I think that will do us for right now. Hopefully no one needs to use this track. Get the straps on there. And now where are we selling wood? How far away? We're going to go here. We could go to the... But for only $5 for double the distance. I don't think it's worth it. Oh, there we go. So for example, this is me just having to run with this trailer. And this is cruise control, which I know, yes, is not a thing, but you know. It is a little bit easier for me to just do this. Means I don't have to hold down on the trigger the whole time. But hopefully, this is going to be our first steps towards a little bit of cash. I don't really want to be grinding out contracts constantly. Like that's sort of one of the only things you can really do. So to notice that I had that tree, I thought, well, if we can make that into a little bit of cash to make our job a little bit easier, then I might as well do it. Yes, we're nowhere near going to be needing a proper harvester, so we'll just have to use the hand tool harvester. But this could get us the money to get that. We don't need it yet. We won't need it for a fair few months. But if we can get a step up and even a delivery wagon for stuff would be good. Is this an empty field? Yeah, we're just going to cross. You're not using your field. Oh, it's... Maybe you are. But the other option is to... I was thinking of getting some chickens. Or some bees or something to produce a little bit of money. Just that it can just happen while we're there, you know? Don't have to do anything to it. Just while we're doing other stuff. But I also feel like I am going to skip a few months here and there. At least in the early times. We spent 2 in August. 2 and a bit in August. This is going to be the first one in September. With not much to really do. That isn't involving a contract, so. I feel like depending on what money we get from this, we'll see where we're at there. If we can get a decent amount of lime, I might give that a go. Throw that all over the field and bring it up. But as it stands right now, I'm probably not liming. But so far we're making good time. In an hour and 10 minutes, we've cultivated, seeded, and cut down a tree. So I'd say we're probably pretty efficient. Just cut through here. We won't damage their crops by just running through them with this. I say we might get a couple of $100 here. I don't think we're going to get 1,000. If we get 1,000, I'll be astonished. The big tree trunks, yeah. That'll probably get us a decent chunk of change there. But this here probably won't get us too much. No cars that way. Once this white car goes past, we'll cross. There we go. And we're almost at the wood sell point. Keep running up that road. Keep running up that hill. Yeah, I kind of managed to pick one of the fields that was the furthest away from almost anything. It's great for us selling the hay, but because we can do that right at the pigsty right next to us. But as for anything else, it's way up the top of the map, and the map is actually pretty big. Pretty decent size, so kind of made a mistake there, but we'll make it work. Once we've got a vehicle to cart things, it's easy. No problem at all. It's just having to run everywhere is a bit rough. So I'm definitely going to get a trailer that allows us to put any equipment on for contracts and just cart it that way. Right, that's all there. Not bad. $200. I'll take it. That's $700. I'm glad it wasn't outrageous. That was my worry for the wood. Yeah, I know it was only the branches, but I know that wood can be very, very OP in this game, so what I'll do, I'll head back. I'll get this little cart back to the field. I will chop up the rest of the tree trunk. I'll get it on here and I'll see you back here to sell it again. And we'll see how much money we get. And here we are, guys. I've done a couple of trips back and forth, and this is now the brunt of it. This is the thickest part of the trunk. I was hoping I could get bigger chunks than this, but this is without super strength. They are, I believe the limit is 200 kilos or something like that for the weight of the wood that you can pick up. The one that's cut in half ended up being 204, so I couldn't lift it. And rather than making it two little chunks, I just decided to cut it in half. Everything else is sort of just roughly under that limit. The rest of the tree's already up here. I've already carted it. I've been there, come back, taken the cart back, and then loaded it up with this lot. And this is going to be it. This is our full amount of money that we're going to get from our tree. It's probably not going to be great, but Hopefully we can get something from it. There's our tree sitting over there. I always forget that you have to actually sell it. You have to go into the information marker and actually sell it. So it's good that it just stays there waiting. But we'll just put this in here. It might all fall off, but as long as it's in this green zone. Alright. 709. Oh, look at that. Up to 3294. That's phenomenal for us right there. So let's have a quick look. We do have used sales. So if there was anything in here, we could get it. That would be cool to have. But alas, we do not have the money. I don't think we have any little tractors that are below this price. No. The only one we've got is this, which I mean, it could work. 1980 plus a mowers, so that would leave us with $500 if we got that. A little ride-on mower. Oh, what we would want. Yeah, that's the issue. And I don't think it could actually pull anything. So unfortunately, we cannot get anything as yet. I feel like the used sales are going to be our best option. That wouldn't be too bad to get, but still, that's a few contracts away. But I think that's a pretty good place to stop the episode, guys. Hopefully, sometime soon we'll be able to jump ahead into October. We'll probably skip a couple months. The clover will hopefully be ready to harvest next month. If not, we'll do a quick little double check. But I feel like we need to start trying to get something. Something that will pull the trailer along, you know? Doesn't have to have a lot. Could be that. As long as we can get a trailer on it. But we also have to get a trailer. So $1,000 for the trailer we can do, which will be this one is what we'd need. And then that would be what we go for. I think we could load that up with stuff. Put bales on it. And then what's this? This is the pallets. So yeah. Either that or we'd go for one of these. Bale trailer. And then we can change it for our grain. If we need be. But I think right now. Yeah, because you can't attach those. So I think right now this one would be the way we go. Because we could just load bales in there anyway. But I think that's where we're going to leave it, guys. So far, we've done pretty good. I'm pretty confident with what we're doing. Our field, I think it does need fertilizer, actually. The new crop does. Oops. Yeah, I think we could do with a bit of fertilizer. But right now, we'll leave it there. I'll get the cart back. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Take care. Goodbye.